Okay, we're now going to talk about multiplying fractions. And the very first part, we're going to be talking about when you are multiplying fractions. We are not allowed or cannot have mixed numbers. Okay, so that's your first fill in there. We cannot have mixed numbers when you are multiplying fractions. So we got to get rid of those things, all right? We worked on that last, so you guys should all know how to do that. So let's go through the steps now of multiplying fractions. So first, because we can't have those mixed numbers, we're going to change mixed numbers to, I'm a little slow writer here, change mixed numbers to improper fractions. Hopefully you guessed that before I said it. Okay, and you do that by doing the backward C. We learned that last. So you multiply the denominator times the whole number, so 3 times 2, and then you add the top. So 3 times 2 plus 2 is 8 over 3, and then the other one's already a fraction. There's no mixed number, so we don't have to change the other one. Step 2, we're going to multiply across. So you just multiply directly across, just like when we got when we were getting common denominators, right? You multiply times and you go straight across. So 8 times 5 is 40. 3 times 6 is 18. Step 3, simplify or reduce. Okay, so we have 40 over 18. We're going to divide that by 2, so that turns into 20 over 9. And then finally, you're going to change, if you happen to have an improper fraction like we do here, we have 20 over 9, you're going to change it back. Your answer has to be a mixed number. So we've got to change it back, and we do that by dividing. So the top goes inside, the bottom goes outside. So the 20 is now inside, the 9 is outside. You divide 9 into 20, and you then have your mixed number. So 2 and 2 over 9. All right, now steps 3 and 4, you can actually switch those back and forth. So if you want to change it to a mixed number first and then reduce, you can do that too. So either way, it's okay. All right, let's look at the try these really fast. So we have 3 and 2/5 times 2 over 3. So step 1 is to check, do we have any mixed numbers, and get rid of them. So we do. We have 3 and 2/5. So let's get rid of that guy. And we're going to do the backwards C there. We're going to multiply 5 times 3 and then add 2. So 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2 is 17 over 5 times 2 over 3, because that's already a fraction only. Now we just multiply across. 17 times 2 is 34 over 5 times 3 is 15. And then now we can't reduce it, so we're going to leave it like that, but we do need to change it back into a mixed number. So we're going to divide. 34 goes inside, 15's on the outside. 15 goes into 34 2 times. That's 30. Subtract, we got 4 left over. So our answer is 2 and 4 over 15. So we can probably write that over here, make it a little nicer. There you go. That's your answer. Just that simple. All right, the problem on the right. Actually, why don't you do this one first and then come back and check if you're right. So give yourself a second to do that. Pause it. Okay, so here we go. Now, first step, change them to improper fractions. And both of them are going to need them. So we're going to have to multiply and add both of these. Okay, 2 times 6 is 12, plus 1 is 13 over 2 times 9 times 3 is 27, plus 2 is 29 over 9. Oh goodness, these are some big numbers. Okay, our next step is multiplying across. Now, I don't know about you guys, 2 times 9 I can do pretty easy, but 13 times 29 I can't really do that easily. So I'm going to do that off to the side over here. So 29 times 13. 3 times 9 is 27, carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Bring down my 0. We got 1 times 9 is 9, 1 times 2 is 2. Add them up. 7, 17, carry the 1. 377 over 18. Oh my goodness, that's a big number. Alright, so now that's definitely an improper fraction, so let's go ahead and divide that. So we got 377 inside, 18 on the outside. 18 can't go into 3, but it can go into 37 2 times. That's 36. Subtract, that's 1. Bring down the 7. And 18 can't go into 17, so that's a 0 there. So it's going to be 20, and we have a remainder of 17 over 18. there you go. There is your multiplying fractions. Okay, make sure you change them from mixed numbers to improper fractions, multiply across, and then divide your answers once you get it so they turn back into a mixed number. All right, let's flip over the page to the next page. All right, next page, still multiplying fractions. Okay, this time though, what do you do when you have a mixed number times a whole number? Okay, and so here we go. If you are multiplying a fraction or mixed number, really bad writing, sorry, by a whole number, okay, so that's a number without a fraction, a whole number, change the whole number to an improper fraction. There we go. Now, this is how you do it. Basically, you take your whole number, you put it over 1. Now, I'm sure most of you already knew that, but that's how you change a whole number into an improper fraction. You put it over 1. So here we got 5 equals 5 over 1. 6 is 6 over 1. And 27, once you write that in before me, that'll be 27 over 1. Good. All right, so we got the hang of that. So now all you do, from now on, if you have mixed numbers, you turn them into improper fractions. If you have a whole number, you turn that also into improper fractions. So let's look up here. Okay, so step 1, same thing. Change to improper fractions. And we're talking about everything here. Anything that needs to be an improper fraction, we're going to turn it. Okay, so in this case we have both. We have to do the backward C for the first one, and the second one we have to turn it into over 1, right? Okay, so do 3 times 3 is 9, plus 2 is 11 over 3 times 7 over 1. Okay, then step 2, multiply across. Okay, and then finally, step 3, reduce or simplify. Step 4, change back to a mixed number. All right, so those are the steps. Okay, it's the same steps as before. Change to improper fractions, multiply across, reduce or simplify if you can, change to a mixed number. All right, so go ahead and try these really quick and see if you can get them before me. All right, so here we go. First thing, change to improper fractions. Okay, 4 and 1/3. So 3 times 4 is 12, plus 1 is 13 over 3 times 6 over 1. Okay, now multiply across. 3 times 1 is 3. 13 times 6. 6 times 3 is 18. Carry the 1. 78. Okay, then we're just going to go ahead and divide. So 78 divided by 3. 3 goes into 7 2 times. That's 6. Bring down your 8. 3 goes into 18 6 times. Look at that. We don't have any remainder. So our answer is going to be a whole number. It's just 26. There you go. You don't have to put a fraction if you don't have a remainder. Okay, last one. 9 and 2 times 2 and 5/7. Okay, so we're going to put 9 over 1. We're going to do the backwards C on that guy. So we got 9 over 1 times 7 times 2 is 14 plus 5 is 19 over 7. Okay, so we got 7 on the bottom. 9 times 19. Well, if you can't do it in your head, go ahead and work it out. But 9 times 9 is 81. Carry the 8. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 8 is 17. Then we divide. 171 over 7. 7 goes into 17 2 times. That's 14. Bring down the 1. 7 goes into 31 4 times. That's 28. We got 3 left over. So it's 24, and 3 over 7 is our answer. All right, so the same steps again, right? Change to improper fractions, multiply across, then go ahead and reduce or simplify, and finally divide to make it back to a mixed number. Let me know if that doesn't make any sense to you.